Greetings, Earthbound travelers. It's Saturday night. That means it's time for Will of the Dice to present Sins of Blood. I'm Tyr the DM, he, him, world's okayest DM, and I will be your guide this evening through this cacophony of clusterfuckery. Before we begin, just a few quick things. First and foremost, we offer mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Secondly, we do not encourage the use of nicotine products such as cigars, cigarettes, or vape. Just because we are users don't mean you should. We want you to be happy and healthy. Finally, we are in no way, shape, form affiliated or associated with Wizards of the Coast. We are just individuals coming together to play our game and share that game with you, our lovely audience, you sexy bitches. Locke.
Hi, gamers. I'm Locke, broadcasting you from my home away from home back in Georgia. I'm going to talk to you tonight first about our musicians. Because we have musicians and they gave us music and they let us use it. And it's really cool because it makes our experience better and it heightens your experience too. And the whole game is just better for it. So we would like to take a moment to thank them and acknowledge the work they did in creating the music and letting us use it. And those musicians are Michael Gelfi. They are Jeff Farber. They are I lost the other one.
Kevin MacLeod.
Kevin MacLeod, thank you. I lost it. God, my brain just blanked. Kevin MacLeod, Dwergar, Epidemic Sound, and Patrick Taylor, our very own Peculiar Patrick. Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Also, we would like to take a moment to thank one of our partners in this endeavor, Red Panda Dice and Delight. Red Panda Dice are the fine purveyors of lovely dice, and you need some. You need more dice. These are the dice I use for Lazarian. They are blood red, and they are awesome. And look, they've got little red pandas on the 20s. Look at them. They're so cute. Look at them. You want them. You need them. Go get them. And you're going to do that by going to redpandadice.com. You can also get Red Panda plushies there and other things. Dice bags coming soon. So go and check them out. And back to whoever's doing the Patreon. I don't know.
I'll do the Patreon. So you like what we do, you want to support it, head over to patreon.com/WOTDICE. That's what dice. Subscribe, be entered in monthly drawing for merch, depending on what tier. Get it? Tier? Get access to After the Rolls, a show where the cast get together and talk about the torment that I unleashed upon them. Audio dramas and more. Help us out. All right, that's our announcements. Let's get down to introductions. That's you, Nan.
I'm not used to being first. Sorry, I choked on my tea earlier. Hey, everybody, I'm Ren Matley, and tonight I'm going to be voicing Nan, and her counterpart is Mina. I'm a she, her, they are she, they. And Nan is a 5-foot-tall elf in appearance with plain brown hair and plain brown eyes, very nondescript, wears clothing that is plain earth tones and tends to be a little too loose on them. And she's a cartographer. Asmina is a druid, a wildfire spirit druid. And yeah, Nan's just really not into this whole being stuck on a quest thing. So come watch me. Come watch her be awkward. It's fine. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Locke Clark. And tonight I am playing Lazarian, or Laz, as everyone calls them. I am a he, him. Laz is a they, them. Laz woke up at the pile of dead bodies in Keep Gregorian and doesn't know how they got there or who they were before that moment. They've been slowly trying to figure that out. They've gotten little pieces here and there, but still really don't have any big concrete information on how they got there or who they are, and are still searching for that. Right now, Laz, who is a 5'5", half elven in appearance, very androgynous with pale, super pale skin and scars that are white and all covering most of their body, that on a closer examination are some sort of script. Mismatched eyes. They're heading into what appears to be the Underdark, and would much rather just be back on their Spelljammer. but gotta do the thing while we wait to find the ship. So I wants to help out their friends. So and you can find me on the social medias at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H. I'm just rambling.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, the voice, a they voicing Garnet Grell, a him, Kender from the land of Kryn. He was a traveling thief that fell through a portal that was discovered by the Queen of Fairies and employed by her, and is now employed to help this group of wonderful heroes. He is a ball of curiosity and all sticky fingers, and you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Hi, yes, this is Ames. I'm a she-her, and I am voicing Brika, who is also a she-her. She is a 5-foot-tall Luna Fae, or Luna Fairy, indigo hair, acid green streaks at the temples with matching green eyes, and she's got lavender pearl skin. Her wings look more like a Luna Moth's, and they do glow. Right now, she's still wearing her robe of eyes. It's just recently been altered so she can pop her wings out at will. She doesn't have to keep her wings bound up anymore. Yay! But she is not really happy that they're in these caves. Looks a little too familiar to the Underdark, and she would like just to find this fountain, whatever, and GTFO. And you can find me over on Twitter at LollyGFIFO.
And I'm Tier the DM, as I said at the beginning. And you can find me on Twitter at Tier_the_DM. Before we get started, as always, our safe word for tonight is porcelain. And do we have any last requests before we get down on the get down?
Not the face.
Always the face. Always. When last we left our party, they had traveled at the Queen's bequest to the underneath the Silver Spires. Their mission was to find if the path to the magical fountain that provided longevity and unlocking of magic potential was still intact. Taking a detour as the cave they were traveling through was caved in, they came to a large rectangular building with white lettering on a glass door that says Tri-County Mall. Foliage, green, lush, large, and inside the glass door, all that you can see as you are in this huge cavern beneath the Silver Spire. This is where our story continues, and this is where you find out you've been forsaken to the will of the dice. You stand in this large cavern. It is dark. Those of you have been granted night vision or have dark vision, it seems eerily alive. Sounds coming, birds, growls, nightlife, if you will. And there before you, the twin glass doors.
Do we have to... We have to go into the glass doors. There's, you can't get around either side of this building, or is, could you skirt?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Ba-ba. Investigation is not my best one, so that's a 16.
Looking around, walking around to the sides, you see that there's a sheer cliff about 200 feet drop on either side of this building. The building going down as well. It is a multi-storied building. So from here, you would have to descend the 200 feet to go to bypass the building.
Well, we either have to go through or down.
I want to see what's inside that building.
You want to see everything.
Yeah.
I am curious which count. What 3 counts were responsible for the building of this place? Forced their populaces to build it.
It-
Nan seems to have gone to the door and is like peeking through the door, and you will hear Asmina's voice. I'm curious about these plants. Where are they getting light? How are they photosynthesizing?
That is a fair question as well.
I guess we're going in.
Wait. I spin the ring on my finger and I ask Helga if Helga knows anything about a Tri-County mall.
They will not.
It was worth a shot. Helga does not know anything about this fucking glass monstrosity. I suppose we won't either unless we go inside.
I suppose you would want me to go before all of y'all, before you.
Would you mind checking the doors?
Oh, not at all, not at all. He checks for traps on the door.
Give me an investigation check.
One more level. That's all I need. 5.
Looks good.
Yeah, there's definitely no traps over here, from what I can tell.
Good.
Asmina
Then
will step back and let Nan take over again. Nan is making note on the wax tablet of the building and that it is Tri-County Mall, so that if anyone upstairs looks at the map, they see this as well.
very good, Garnet. You may proceed.
Nan will
Okay,
also
then.
step back before Garnet opens the door just in case.
Garnet wants to check to see if the door's locked.
It is not.
Push door, pull door. How
Pull
are
door.
the hinges? Okay, everyone, I want you to step to that side over there. If you could just do that for me.
I'll move.
Perfect. He wants to make sure that they're not in the way from when he opens the door. Because if it's a pull door, he's just going to pull the door and walk it open so that whatever's there opens off into the empty space.
The sound of rusted metal as the door opens. A blast of hot air, moist, entering from within. You see thick green foliage. And a pathway.
That is very curious.
If nobody has been here and it looks like nobody's been here, how is there a does it look like, you know, a lot of times when you're looking at a pathway, you can tell what people refer to as a deer path from like a people made or humanoid made pathway. Is it like a deer trail or an animal trail, or is it an actual?
It's an actual path.
If nobody's been down here in a long time, why is there a pathway?
Were you inside of my brain? I was literally wondering the same thing.
I think we're all
Perhaps.
wondering that.
Perhaps it was a much wider walkway long ago and has just narrowed as the foliage has encroached on it. And the foliage has just not made it to the center yet.
There being any plants down here doesn't make any sense.
No.
I agree on that.
Normally you just find mushrooms and other forms of fungus.
I am glad a fungus once. Nasty stuff.
When, with your all's passive perception, it feels like somebody's watching you.
Nan is definitely doing
Garnet
the
will know-
paranoid look around.
Garnet will no balls. Just say, "Hey, who's there?"
No response.
Great. This one's really good at subtle.
Well, yeah. At least we have the robe of eyes now. Well, I can wear it and let my wings out because I can at least see all around.
I've got 5 gold pieces that says that whoever it is that is spying on us now knows our scaly friend.
I'll take that bet.
I don't like taking losing bets.
It's okay. At this point, I think the same 5 gold pieces have passed between me and Laz, like, I don't know, a half a dozen times.
That's fair.
I don't remember where they started. If I won the first one or you did. Doesn't matter.
No.
Garnet's not wandering off, is he?
No, he's doing very well at staying in one place, but he is side-eyeing, looking like in the building.
Alright, I probably guess we should follow this path before this little guy in front of us explodes. She's gonna look
Yes.
right at him because she's just like,
Yeah, we're going in the building now?
yeah. Go ahead.
You seem awful antsy. You're not going to take off, are you?
No. Why would I want to? There is greater power in numbers, 1. And 2, I was hired to do a job. If you all die, I don't get paid.
Just remember, if I die, there's no one to heal your ass.
You know, duly noted. I did take some damage that last time, and I ran to Brika.
Brika.
Yeah. Yeah, I ran to her and was like, hey, my arm is all crystallized and everything. Can you help me out? And she's like, that's not really my style. That's not really my thing. It's more of your thing. But you were kind of busy being, I believe, a giant hyena at the time. Wild. Literally.
Do you need Esmina to patch you up before we go in, just in case we get in a scrape?
Oh, I'm fine now. I'm doing fine.
All right. You'll note that while she is talking to you, she's like not really looking up from the mapping very much.
One more question before we go. Why map making? Why map making?
Her Majesty
You could
asked
turn
me.
into literally. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Her Majesty asked me to map it as we go to make sure the tunnels are intact and update the maps upstairs. And because I'm a damned cartographer, it is what I do.
Yeah, but you can turn into like literally anything.
No, Esmina can do those things. I just make maps.
Okay. He'll turn around on his heel and walk into the building.
The air is hot, humid. You see the path goes forward about 30 feet and then branches left and right. And there is a glass wall about 3 foot high at the end of the path, and you see the tops of trees.
Well,
It would seem this is a multi-leveled structure.
Well, that's going to be harder to map. I mean, need to denote. Do you think we're on the first floor? Or the
Judging-
upper floor?
By the tops of the trees poking through here, I would say we are on the upper floor. And I'm going to look up to see what's above us.
You see a large glass dome with a single stalactite coming from the bottom, coming down, with a dark object, unable to make out what it is at this distance, hanging from it.
Interesting. Is there any source of light?
No.
Do you,
How far away is
fuck?
the stalactite?
It's about 100 feet up.
And I can't make out what the dark thing is in its center?
No,
I remind you that I have devils.
I know.
Okay. Just checking. It's worth a shot.
It just looks like a black thing.
Okay.
Nondescript. That's the word I'm looking for.
All right.
Brika looks up. Do you want me to? I can check it out.
I wouldn't recommend it yet. We have no idea about this place, and there is nothing we can do to support you out in the mid-air
True.
over a gap to the first floor. You would, if you fell, you could be stranded down there from some time before we could figure out how to get to you. I say we look for a way closer. Or perhaps if we could get downstairs and examine the roots of the trees, figure out how they are growing.
So, do we want to go left, right, or she's going to point at one of the trees that's over the glass wall, or do we want to climb down?
I vote for the right side, personally, on my account.
I'm not much of a climber.
I mean, I would most likely use the wings, but I'm good with right or left. Personally, I just want to get to wherever this fountain is and get back above ground. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all.
The door behind you closes.
And I'm not a fan of that.
What do you think did that?
Cyric's friend.
So, right?
Sure, let us go right. It's as good a way as any.
Going right, you travel along the path. You see large foliage. You see cubes like rooms set back. Some have foliage. There's one with several shaggy cows, almost like Highland cows.
Wonder how those got there.
There's a cube with sheep and one with chickens.
Wonder how those got there.
All right.
Is
Some-
there any... Go ahead.
Somebody lives here. Has to.
Are there any signs over these cubes?
Yeah, you'll see one that says like Pox Sun and one that says KB Toys and
What is-
one
What's in KB Toys?
the sheep.
I do not believe that sheep count as toys. Oh. Helga said something very rude.
The hell is a back sun? Also,
That's where we keep our herd animals.
Jesus
Who said that?
What?
I turn with the sword at the sword has appeared in my hand and is pointing in the direction.
You will see a creature, androgynous in nature, solid white like milk, all except for two blue eyes staring back at you. Those in the know would know this is a changeling.
How do we know if we're in the know?
Let's see. Laz doesn't remember anything, so no. Breek has been in a prison for 30 years, so no. So Nan and Garnet.
Ooh. Wait, I don't ever get to use the skill tier. I have. Racial. Knowledge of a past life. I can I attempt like a history roll and
Sure.
use my knowledge of a past life to see if anything springs to mind, even though I personally wouldn't remember.
Yeah, we'll call it DC 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's I got a 15 plus 1, so that's a 16.
You will hear behind you. You all have come from the surface.
Spin to face the other one.
There is 3.
Oh.
Are
Nan,
you the reason?
sorry.
Go ahead.
I say Nan is just going to close the wax tablet and slip it into her bag.
Brika's gonna like kind of step up to answer. Yes, we have. You're apparently under my mother's castle, the Silver Spire, and we were sent to check on things after a massive, I guess you'd call it an earthquake.
You are the daughter of a Mary Amber.
No, that's not my mother's name.
She is the one that lives in the palace.
Not for a long time. How long have you been down here?
We do not know. The undersun did not set, so we had no way to track what you call days.
I'm sorry. Did you say undersun?
Yes. We had
Sorry.
we had a undersun. It was what allowed us to grow our stock and our crops, but during the great shaking, it has extinguished.
How many generations have you been here?
We do not know.
Well, I can tell you it's a different queen now. That's for sure. Was the Great Shaking recent?
Yes.
That's the earthquake we were talking about. She's going to kind of look at Nan and Laz and just kind of give them a little wink because we don't, she's saying earthquake. We know what the real thing is. She's just kind of like wink, wink, nod,
Yes.
nod, yeah.
Yes. Am I correct that you are changeling?
Yes.
A Darien encountered one of your kind once. Ooh. Sorry. Memories. Interesting.
We figured outsiders would come with the great blue going away.
What?
The
The
great
fuck is a great blue?
It was a large blue wall that kept things in.
Kept
Did-
things in. Where was this wall?
At the end of the cavern.
Did he indicate in the direction we came from or the direction we were headed toward?
Direction you're headed towards.
Okay.
Do you all happen to know where the fountain is?
There are several fountains.
I'm sorry,
You should speak to our chieftains. Come, follow.
That would be helpful. Yes. I let the sword vanish.
Brika would follow.
They take you through this path to a set of stairs that go down one level. As you go down the steps, the changelings are very, very alert, looking around. We must be cautious. The creatures come, and we must go through the dead place.
That place. Siri?
Which creatures?
The crystal creatures.
Were they behind the blue wall?
Some of them, yes.
See. And when did the wall go down? With the shaking or after?
With the shaking.
Interesting.
How did you all come to be down here?
Our chieftains will explain, but first we must get through the dead place. You'll see they draw their weapons. If you have weapons, you will want them.
I call the sword back to my hand.
Brika's gonna touch herself and cast her mage armor.
Nan is going to let Ismina take over, and Ismina is going to cast, what is it called, Fire Shield? Yes, Fire Shield.
I ready my
You-
hoop pack.
You will begin walking through a corridor. More of these cubes on the side. Places like Candies and Mama Bama's Pretzels and Bohemian Nuts. The sign's still there. You'll come to another set of steps. This is the entrance to the dead place. You enter a set of stairs where the sign above says Sears. But as you walk in, you smell death, decay. You see a series of tombs and sarcophagi lining the walkway.
I look for the one labeled Roebuck.
There is not one.
Is this where you bury your dead?
Yes, this is the dead place.
And it's dangerous here.
The creatures have come from the graves.
They come out of the graves themselves.
Yes.
So your dead
don't
are
fucking like
rising
that.
as creatures.
Can you repeat that, please?
So your dead are rising as creatures.
Yes.
Have you no clerics? No magic
What is
users?
it, Claire? We have our medicine woman. She is powerful, but she is only one, and she cannot defeat the creatures by herself. You will see. We will take you to the chieftains.
Right.
You will come to another set of steps. They are hesitant to go. Perhaps you will lead the way.
Garnet, you're up.
Oh, all right. Lead me to a creepy dead place. Now you want me to go down these creepy ass stairs? Okay.
Now wait. What is it you're afraid of? I mean, other than everything, I understand that. But what specifically is it in this place that you're afraid of?
The creatures.
Can you describe them?
They are us without flesh. Crystal.
Crystalline skeleton.
Us without flesh and crystal.
Oh wait, do changelings even have? Interesting.
What is it you're asking there, Laz?
Oh, I don't know what's on the inside of a changeling. They can vary their appearance to be almost anything they want. So,
It's a
what is?
skeleton, just like yours.
Oh, I don't know for certain. I wasn't going to be judgy. I barely know that I have a skeleton.
Just trust me, it's a skeleton.
Fair.
How would you know?
I'm just saying that
What business is it of yours?
the changeling that Adarian remembers encountering was very limber.
Well,
Very limber.
I mean, I don't know much about a lot of things, but I would assume they have a skeleton, just like our. She's gonna kind of motion to Nan, just like Esmina, who is able to shift. I would say it's the same thing for the changelings. That maybe they're just a stretchier magic
I
skeleton.
mean, would you call it a skeleton if it's made of cartilage, not bone? I'm not certain. I'm not
a
a
frame, a framework of some kind. I mean, something has to
Yes.
hold the meat suit up.
Sure.
Let's just be.
Obviously. I'm not an anatomist, so I wouldn't know.
Me either, but
So many fucking questions now.
yeah.
Anyways, let's go down these stairs.
Yes, Garnet, please. Go.
Stairs.
As you descend, you will hear scraping against stone. You will see a soft blue glow, the azure light emanating from 3 crystal skeletons. They look at you, their mouths falling open as they stumble forward.
Hello. Can I whack or hoopack a stone at one of them?
If we're going to do that, let's go ahead and roll initiative and join me in Owlbear Rodeo.
As we're rolling initiative, Nan will allow Esmina once again to take control, her eyes going solid white, turning to the 3 changelings with us. Stay behind me.
All right, Rika.
That's a 13.
Garnet.
I also got a 13. I have an 18 dexterity.
What's your dex, Rika?
Sorry, hold on a second. Yeah, you beat me. I've got a 12.
Laz.
I have a 12.
Esmina.
A 15. Crap, I'm never first.
Wait, hold your action so I can go before you.
All right, Esmina, you're up.
I am up. Shit. Shit. She's taken a defensive position in front of the 3 changelings, so she is actually going to hold action and wait if anything comes at them.
All right. So you're holding your action and something comes towards you.
Yes.
All right. That'll bring up Garnet.
Garnet is going to move about 10 feet, stepping close to Nan, and putting a sling bullet into his Hoopak, he will take a ranged attack at Crystal Skeleton number 1.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
I would like to say that my dice hate me, and I rolled a natural 1.
All right. To the tier bot.
To the tier bot. Will you tier bot for me?
Yeah.
I believe that your tier botting will be more gentle on me.
So they have advantage against you on their turn.
Woo! Okay. That is Garnet's turn.
All right. Rika.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a shot at number 1. It's gonna be a firebolt. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits. The
Okay.
firebolt slams into it,
And
erupting across its chest, but it doesn't seem to do any damage.
I thought that was gonna be the same thing as last time. Oh well. So 25 points of damage down the drain. That's it.
All right. Laz.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna move up to number 1, and I am going to cast Green Flame Blade and attack.
Okay.
That is 13 plus 10, 23 to hit.
23 hits.
So skeleton number 1 takes 8.
It will not take any fire damage, so whatever weapon damage it takes.
Okay, will it take psychic?
Yes.
Okay. So it takes 9 points of slashing from the Mind Blade, and then 7 points of psychic. And then, just for shiggles, number 2 takes 12 points of fire damage that apparently don't affect it.
All right. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Number 1 is going after you, Lazarian.
Yep,
That is a 7 plus 4 is 13. That will not hit.
that will not hit.
That is a 9. That will not hit.
Laz at this point isn't even bothering to use their shield. They're just dipping and dodging out of the way.
Number 2. 19. Does 19 hit, Laz?
Oh, yes, that meets.
That'll be 6 points of bludgeoning damage. That will
Okay.
miss. Number 3 will head southward to be behind 1 and 2. So I will need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as it's a gape mouth. Blue light appears and a shower of crystals
Counter spell.
explodes.
Is that a
It's
spell?
not a spell.
Okay, damn it. Tried, guys.
Sorry, what kind of save was needed?
Dexterity. Rika,
19.
10 points of piercing damage. Garnet,
22.
10 points of piercing damage, unless you have evasion. Do you have that yet?
Double checking real quick.
While you're checking, Laz,
16.
10 points of piercing damage. Esmina,
3.
20 points of piercing damage.
I do have evasion tier.
So you will take no damage, is that right? If
Yes.
you pass, you take no damage.
Passes no damage.
All right, that will bring up Esmina.
It is completely dark in this room, correct?
No, there is a soft glow from the skeletons.
That's right. Sorry. Sorry, I have a very, very barky dog. Her barking is just very distracting. Sorry. Esmina is going to focus her energy on number 2 and cast. Wait, am I within? I am within range, correct? Yes. Cast Blight on number 2.
All right.
So that is a DC 16 Constitution save.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. $32. Half if they pass their save, all 32 if they failed it.
All right, give me a con save. As the spell energy, the black narcotic vines wrap around it, the blue intensifies, it absorbs it and focuses it back at you.
Oh, redirecting my spell at me?
Yes.
Hold on. It's my con plus 3. So 18.
All right, so
So
you take
half.
16 points.
She will yell out because that surprised her and it hurts.
All right, Garnet.
Garnet is going to use movement to. I'm assuming this is like a railing for going farther down in the middle here of the map.
Yes.
Okay. He's going to move close to the railing so he can get within line of sight of number 2. And since number 2 is engaged, he will get sneak attack. And he's going to use a soup pack again. 14.
Does not hit. It bounces off of the crystal.
Damn. That is Garnet's turn.
All right. Rika.
Okay. Sorry. I had to rethink after seeing what just happened. Okay. If I do that. No, we're not doing that. All right. Like I said, sorry. We're gonna do a level 3 Tasha's Mind Whip, and I'll just hit number 1. That's a 16 intellect saving throw.
They rolled a natural 19.
Okay, so you're just gonna take half the damage, and so that'll be
They
6.
failed their reversal, so they will take damage.
Okay.
How
So
much?
it's 12 full damage, but if they succeeded on their save, it's going to be 6. And that's psychic.
All right. That will bring. Is that your turn?
That's it. Yep.
I will bring up Laz.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna cast Blur on myself.
Okay.
That's my turn.
And can you read us what blur does?
Oh yeah, sure. Your body becomes blurred, shifting and wavering to all who can see you. For the duration, any creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. An attacker is immune to this effect if it doesn't rely on sight or has blind sight, or can see through illusion, as with true sight.
All right. So number one will attack with disadvantage. 15.
Nope.
Second attack. Not hit because it's less than 15. Number two. 16.
Nope.
So 14 is not going to hit.
Nope.
Number three moves forward and is lunging at your feet.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. It grabs a hold of your feet and begins to melt. You take no damage.
Okay. Hey, these are my good boots. Also my only boot.
All right, Esmina.
Going to turn to the changelings behind them. Stay down, turning her attention back to these creatures and wild shaping into a dire wolf.
Okay.
And she's going to move to basically stand ground in front of one. So
All
just to
right.
Laz's right, and so I am now a large beast.
Okay. Cool. That'll bring up Garnet.
Garnet is going to take the bonus action to steady aim. In the case of not moving, so number 3 is melted on the ground, so when
It's
it wouldn't-
melting. Yes.
Okay, it's melting. So could I still hit it?
You can try.
Okay, that is what we will try then. With advantage because of steady aim. Dun, 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 dun. A 27.
27 will hit.
This will be for 10 magical bludgeoning damage, and then because of the advantage on the attack for the sneak attack, that is 16 sneak attack damage.
All right. It must now make a concentration check to see if it can maintain what it's attempting to do to Laz.
Tier,
That is a 2. Yes.
I goofed up. I've already used both my wild shapes. I could not have wild shaped.
Okay.
So she would not have shifted and she would not have moved. Sorry.
All right. So move your token back to where it was. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
I forgot that I had wild shaped last time. This is what happens when we go so long between games.
It will stand up and look to you, Garnet, its mouth falling open, a guttural roar, as you disrupted what it was trying to do to Laz.
Hell yeah.
Is that your turn?
That will be Garnet's turn.
All right, Brika.
Okay. We're gonna do a small experiment. I would like to spend 2 of my sorcery points to to quicken and cast Dispel Magic, level 4, on number 3.
Okay. Roll your d20.
Yep. That's an 18.
Number 3 falls to pieces.
Ha ha ha. And then we're going to hit number 1 with Acid Splash.
Is that a cantrip?
Yes.
Okay.
They need to do a level 16 dexterity save.
They save.
Now, this is the thing. I think this one, I think it's pretty much, it's all or nothing. Our target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage. So if you get it, it doesn't have, yeah. So nothing.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
All right, Les.
Okay. 3's gone, so I'm gonna wail on number 1 again.
Alrighty.
And I will take 2 swings this time since I'm not using Flame Blade. The first one is a 17 to hit.
That misses. It bounces off the crystal.
All right, and the other one is a 24.
That will hit.
All right. That is 8 points of slashing and 8 points of psychic.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
All right. Still blurred.
Yes.
Number 1 will attack. That will miss. That will miss. Number 2 will definitely miss. That's a 2 plus 4 is 6.
Yeah, no.
And that misses. All right. So that takes us back to Esmina.
Have I seen anybody get hit? Would have been Lazarian, right? Lazarian
Yes.
got hit.
Yes.
Um,
Multiple times.
So she will run forward and put a hand on your back and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. For 6 plus 4, so 10 points of healing.
I'll take it.
And then use a little bit more of her movement to back up a little bit so that she is not directly underfoot.
All right. Is that your turn?
That's your turn.
All right. Garnet.
Garnet is going to do a bonus action to yell at this skeleton and say, "Hey, you old crystalline fuck. You over there. You're so stupid looking. Look at you. Big, oh, look at me. I'm crystalline. Oh, look at me. I can do anything. I can shoot stuff out of my mouth. I can redirect magic. Oh, I'm so big and scary." I'm using Taunt as my bonus action. He needs to succeed on a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Roll to 17.
And then nothing happens. And since that's only a bonus action, he's gonna be like, "Oh, well, that didn't work." Whoppik! And he's gonna do another ranged Hopic. That is a 29
That will hit.
for 9 bludgeoning magical damage. And since number 2 is engaged, that is a sneak attack, if I am correct.
That is correct.
So that'll be... Ooh, that's a lot of 6s. 30 sneak attack damage.
Oh, okay. Is
And
that
that's
your
my
turn?
turn.
All right, Brika.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to bonus action to spend 4 of my sorcery points so I can quicken a level 4 Dispel Magic, so I can hit 1 and 2.
Okay.
Do you need
Roll
me
your
to
d20.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
They will fall dead into piles of crystal.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Stupid crystal skeletons.
Yes. Take that, you fucking piss bags. Was that good? I've been practicing. Was that okay?
Have you been listening more to Helga?
I have.
Okay.
Also, Garnet is quite proficient in the expletives, so I thought perhaps to make him feel more welcome, I would try to emulate Helga a bit.
Well, I'm used to it. I learned most of my common from the traveling performers, and there's some really colorful language.
Colorful, that's the whole fucking rainbow.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, expletives are a form of language that is sometimes considered vulgar or crude, but show emphasis and um, creativity sometimes. Depends on how and when it is used, apparently.
And I've heard some say you can use it as like, it's almost like when you put spices in cooking. You know,
You're damn right about that.
I do not think I understand.
Don't
Perhaps
worry, I'll
Nan
teach
can
you how to
explain
do
it
it,
to me later.
Chucklefucks.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I could teach you later, Chucklefucks.
That is not my name. My name is Asmina.
Yeah.
you remember, Esmina, when I told you sometimes you just have to smile and nod? And she's going to
Oh, yeah.
point to Garnet. I think he's going to be
Oh.
another smile and nod sometimes.
I see. She's going to look at Garnet, smile awkwardly, and just nod her head.
Helga says that expletives are good for the soul, and that she would know because she is both only a soul and a cleric.
I'm a spirit, though I am in a body now.
Does that
I'm
make you a
not,
soul?
I am not sure if that is the same thing.
I honestly don't know if I have a soul. Or do I have more than one? I have more than one voice in my head.
As does
Hmm.
Nan. I do not know. I'm going to turn her attention to the changelings. Are all of you all right?
Yes. We must hurry, though, before more come.
Are those the creatures that you were talking about earlier?
Some of them, yes. The
Oh.
small ones.
Oh, okay. Then down the stairs we go. Let us go down these stairs.
Yes,
Fucking-
please. Lay the fuck on. Did I do that right?
I couldn't fucking tell you. Anyway, the stairs.
And you will descend several stairs till you reach the ground floor. You are in the center of these large trees. You are led winding, curving pathways till you come to a sign that says W Mart. A large cubicle awaits you, going in as far as the eye can see. Houses, huts galore. And at the center of this, a large bonfire. As you approach, the lead changeling will call out, "We bring outsiders." You will see standing next to the bonfire 3 individuals in ceremonial garb, golds, blues, and purples, silk finery with bits of doodads, knickknacks embroidered in and tied on. You'll see a screwdriver, a wrench. You will see twigs and bird skeletons and you will see just various things of nonsensical nature.
Why are you just like that?
These are the robes of our station. Why are you dressed like that?
Because I don't want to run around naked. What kind of fucking question is that?
What kind of
Pardon,
fucking question is that?
pardon our friend, oh high esteemed Chucklefuck.
Brika's
You'll
gonna.
see one of them hold
ahead.
up a gem, looking first at you, Brika, then at you, Garnet, then at you, Laz, then at you, Nan. They will move the gem back and forth and nod and put it back into the pocket.
Brika's gonna kind of look down for a second, and then she's gonna say, she's just gonna be like, I'm sorry. It's been a long trip to get down here. These other folks that brought us to you said that you may be able to help us find a fountain. They also said that your undersun stopped working.
Yes, the light of the undersun is what gave us life, and without it, we will die. We cannot return to the surface because Amari Amber will destroy us.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about Amari, but I do know that my mother, she's the one that lives in the palace above now. She's the one that sent us down here. She didn't say anything about you fine folks, but we're looking for a fountain that you may be able to help us find, and maybe we can figure out something about the undersun. Or I don't know, but it happened right after the great shaking, right?
They will all begin to wail, some tearing their clothes, others falling to their knees. The daughter of Amari Amber has found us. Death comes for us. We're all doomed.
No,
Nan?
no.
Nan's going to step forward and put up her hands, and they will see that her eyes change from white to brown. No, please. We are not a threat to you. This is the daughter of Llewellyn Rose. We don't know who Amiri Amber is. We've seen reference to her in a book, but we don't know who that is.
The Queen of the Silver Spires.
No, darling. The Queen of the Silver Spires is Llewellyn Rose now.
The one that had the gem will step forward. We can trust this one.
Wait a second. Why can you trust this one and not one that literally just said that they were royalty? This one's just a map maker.
Because royals are the reason we are in hiding.
Oh, I'm not your regular royal, I promise. And she's gonna kind of like stand there and kind of hold her arms. I mean, do I look? She's actually using persuasion. Do I look like a royal to you?
Give me a persuasion check.
That is a 25.
No, but we know that they will turn into you. You will see yourself. Looks can be deceiving.
That is true. But the big thing here is you all want something. You need your light fixed, or possibly to get out from this cave if that's doable. I'm not saying it's doable. I don't know, but we might be able to help with that or the light. And we need to find this fountain. What good would it be if I come down here and try to lie to you? I don't really, other than getting to the fountain. Plus, I took care of your crystal guys back there, so
That is correct. They killed the creatures. Maybe they can restore the blue.
Again, what is the blue?
The blue is the blue. It was blue and it held the creatures back.
okay. Magic probably. God,
Some sort of force magic, yes. Shield, wall, something. I have two questions for you, esteemed Chucklefuck. Is where was the Undersun located?
It hung from the spire in the center of our home.
The black thing. Got it. Okay. Next question. You all know the Will Smith meme where he's gesturing emphatically at something?
Yes.
Laz does that at Cyric with his NPC light on and goes, "Do any of you know this Dragonborn?"
No.
Damn it! Pulls out 5 gold and hands it to Brika.
it's okay. You'll win next time.
Yes.
Give it time. We're just not in the right part of the cave yet.
How many generations have you been down here?
Five?
That long?
Yes.
Do you want to stay here? Do you want to return to the surface?
This is our home.
You've made it your home, yes, but is it where you wish to remain?
If we go to the surface, Amari Amber will kill us.
There is no Amiri Amber on the surface. You have my word.
Then, I think perhaps the best thing we could do would be to attempt to solve their problems so that their home is livable once again. And then we can allow Llewellyn Rose to send emissaries down to treat with them. And if some of them then wish to go and live on the surface, they can, but their home would still be a viable option for the ones who wish to stay.
Nan will turn her attention back to the changeling she had been speaking to. Is it your desire to stay here?
Yes, this is our home.
Then we will do anything that we can. I can't make any promises. I don't know if we can fix this thing.
You need to speak to the prophet.
The who?
The prophet. The prophet of Claire's Boutique. They will be the one that can guide you.
So we, and she'll gesture to the group, need to speak to the prophet.
Yes.
All right, lead us to Claire then.
The ones that escorted you will escort you further into the homestead of W Mart to a set of doors that lead to another set of stairs going up. And there you will find yourself standing in front of Claire's Boutique. A very natural vibe. The floor is covered in furs. The walls with rudimentary tapestries. And there, sitting in meditation, is a dragonborn.
Whoa. Hey there, big bird thing. Hello.
Hello.
Is this your natural form?
Yes,
Are you Claire the prophet?
I am the prophet of Claire's Boutique.
Ah,
Oh, so Claire's Boutique is a place, not
Yes.
a name. I
Yes,
understand
it's
now.
Claire's Boutique.
so Claire allows you space to practice your prognosticating in her boutique.
Yes, I am blessed
Yeah.
with the gift of prophecy.
Oh, good.
We
do
saw
you
our
know
For
the
family
you
strategy?
outsiders,
We are. We saw our found this place by accident, and we were told we needed to speak to you.
he will look at Sarek for a few moments. No, I do not know him.
Worth a
So
try.
you are the ones the prophecy spoke of. The ones that would come to the birthplace, restore the Undersun, and defeat Amari Amber.
I'm sorry. I don't. Everyone keeps mentioning this Amara Amber. I don't know that they're actually still
Come.
around.
Come, sit, have some tea. They will take a teapot from the small fire and fill earthen cups, setting them out. Sit. I have much to tell you in a short time. I'm to die soon.
What you mean
I'm sorry,
to
you're
die
gonna
soon?
what?
The prophecy says that I will transfer my knowledge to the quest takers, and then I pass into the afterlife.
How long have you been sitting here in this space?
I've lost track of time.
Oh dear.
I see. Okay. Laz is going to go and take the cup of tea and just sit down against a wall and get comfortable.
What about the rest of you?
Rika's gonna sit, but everybody will have noticed as soon as they started talking about a prophet and everything, she's just been like, anybody that learned Undercommon would have heard her grumble to herself about, here's another one. Oracles, prophets, diviners. But as far as he's concerned, as she sits, she's got a smile pasted on her face.
Does anyone drink the tea?
Nan will.
Yeah.
It tastes horrible.
Nan would probably like, sit down staring at him. She's kind of distracted by everything that's been happening. It kind of takes a sip. Oh. I think it needs a cinnamon stick. Just kind of set it down.
Brika smelled it and said it like in front of her, but that's about it.
I have to tell you, this is probably the most disgusting thing that I've ever imbibed in my whole life. And I've been
Thank
around
you.
for about 30 years. I've had a lot of different things to drink. I've drank a lot of things by accident. I've drank a lot of things for survival. But this is literally the most disgusting thing that I have ever drank in my
Thank you.
entire life.
After taking the first sip of the tea and realizing how bad it was, not wanting to appear rude before the others started commenting on the tea, Laz just downed all of it in one swig and set it down.
Okay.
It drinks a second sip though.
My tea keeps people away. So to know that it is that horrible knows that they will not come to bother me.
That's a good strategy.
His face will change, becoming almost majestic, his eyes a soft glow. Long ago, when it was long ago, and this our world was new, the Seelie and Unseelie went to war for the Silver Spires. At that time, a queen sat upon the throne by the name of Amiri Amber. Powerful, beautiful, gentle. She sought a means to end the war without bloodshed, so she heard of a relic called the Crown of Quartz. This powerful item had the ability to end the war, or so she thought, until she put it on. The power of the Crown of Quartz drove her insane. Madness overtook her, her form literally changing to a giant beast. The crown was hidden in a fountain where it gave the waters power of longevity and to unlock the potential within. Amari Amber was sealed away by the Seelie and Unseelie working together, creating a wall of energy that keep Amari Amber and the crystalline creatures at bay, locked away for centuries, perhaps forgotten above, certainly forgotten below, except for those that keep the tale of death to any that step outside. For you see, in her paranoia, she accused the shifters of being spies and began slaughtering them till they ran, they hid in this forsaken place of the day gone by. The story says that here is where they made their home, that a great ball of fire rose in the citadel and became the Undersun. But it was in fact the energy that was feeding the force field that kept the creatures away. The prophecy said that one day it would go dark, that the world would shake and tremble, and that outsiders would come, and that those outsiders would defeat Amari Amber and restore them to their natural form, but in doing so, destroy the fountain. You are those outsiders. I have seen your faces. You must find the crown of quartz. You must place it upon Amari Amber. They must find their way back.
Wait, so let me get this straight. So we not only have to find this thing, we have to get it on the head of a giant beast to change the beast back into who they were before.
Yes. I forgot to mention the beast must be unconscious when it's done.
And how are we supposed to do that?
You are the prophet, the ones chosen. You should know.
In case you haven't noticed, we're kind of a band of misfits and fuck-ups.
You are
Why?
mighty heroes. The prophecy says so.
Why is it always like this?
No, I'm a map maker. Gonna point at Brika. She's a fairy that can do some amazing magic. Point at Laz. They are amazing with a sword, but not exactly like some world-renowned hero. Sarek, same thing. And point at Garnet. And this one, I'm not really sure what this one does, to be honest with you. They're kind of new here.
Garnet Grell, at your service.
You've seen the
Thief.
War of the Lance.
I wouldn't say I've seen it up close and personal, but yeah, I've heard of some people going off to go fight for the Knights of Solemnia and all that sort of thing. Not my bag, personally, not my bag.
So
Yes. You are the ones of the prophecy. It's on the tapestries.
Wait, you know us.
Yes.
Who am I?
You are the carrier of the blade, as told by the tapestry. The tapestry you're sitting under depicts you with your blade, felling a horde of enemies.
Yes, but you know about Garnet's past, yes?
I know Garnet's scent.
Interesting. What do you know about me then, other than what's on there? Does my scent tell you anything?
No, but your eyes do. You're not going to like what you find when you find it.
I don't think it really matters if I like it or not. Still need to know. So, just to recap, we must get to the fountain. Brika needs to drink from the fountain. Then we take the crown out of the fountain. And then we need to knock out... I'm gonna just go out on a limb and guess that most of the times in these sort of stories, when someone says giant beast, they mean dragon. So a giant crystal dragon has to be knocked unconscious so we can put a crown on its head and turn it back into a person, which we then may or may not have to fight.
Yes.
We don't have to knock out a crystal dragon if that dragon is asleep. Am I right or am I right?
No, it must be knocked unconscious.
What? What is not unconscious but sleeping?
He will point to the tapestry across the room. It must be defeated to be subject to the crown.
Awfully.
Yes. I'm going to get up and study the tapestry.
Give me an investigation check.
$15 plus 5. Dirty 20.
You will see the 5 of you standing in front of a crystal dragon.
I was
You-
right.
You will see the dragon fell and a crown upon its head, and it turning into a beautiful woman with fairy wings. You will see each of you has an individual tapestry. You will see that Brika's shows them at a table with tarot cards. That Garnet is sitting on a pile of wealth. Sarek at a tea shop. And Nan, well, Nan's is blurry. The image of Nan is like 6 images drawn over top of each other, but they are in nature.
And mine is my carving through a swath of enemies with a sword.
Yes.
And can I just say that, I mean, according to this tapestry, if its depiction is accurate, Amari Amber is, what is the phrase? Sexy as fuck.
You know, most fairies, we all tend to be good looking. By most standards, anyway.
And then Laz is just gonna sit there for a minute, like moving one hand in front of one eye and trying to, like, looking at Nan's tapestry, trying to, like, make the image less blurry or pick out one of the 6 different things going on in it. Doing the eye relax thing from the magic eye thing.
Nan's gonna get up. Seeing him doing this, Nan is going to get up and go, or them doing this. Nan's gonna get up and go over there. What are you doing?
I'm trying to make out the different aspects of your tapestry.
What do you mean?
As best I can process it, you have 5, maybe 6 potential futures. Assuming these are actually futures. Or perhaps they are desires or something. I'm not certain, but your outcome is blurry.
Well, it's probably because that's Mina. It makes everything really complicated. Especially since, she does the whole change in shapes thing.
That's a lie.
I'm sorry?
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. Having Esmina along makes everything complicated.
It may make things complicated, but you know that's not why that's there.
I don't know a damn thing about this thing.
That's a lie.
I don't know anything about these tapestries. I've never been here before.
Knowing and being are 2 different things.
I don't know what this means.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I'm
My
just a
time
map
is
maker.
short. My time is short. I will not argue with you. When you face your truth, accept your truth, your life will become less complicated.
My truth is that I make maps. That's what I do. That's what I love.
But that's not who you are.
It's all that I am. It's all I've ever been.
Also a lie.
It's not a lie. That's what I am. Why does everyone keep telling me I'm lying? I know who I am. I know what I am.
And you are a damn fine map maker. I go back over to my own tapestry and I look for my ship.
It's not there.
Ah, see, look. My tapestry is not correct either. The astral rose is nowhere on this tapestry. And unless these enemies that are being cut down by me are between me and the astral rose, then that is the only way this could be correct, because I will get my ship back.
My time has come to go. I bid you peace.
But,
May your
oh,
journey be swift and your success good. May you not die horrible, tragic deaths like those that came before you.
Wait, what do you mean those that came before us?
And with that, he passes away.
are you kidding me? She
Ain't that
starts to like
always just
reach
the
her hand
way?
into her bag and stops herself. No, I've only got one left and I need it in case one of you needs Asmina. Oh, she's gonna turn around and walk out. She's like, she looks angry, but her eyes are filling with tears. She's frustrated.
I'm gonna follow Nan out.
What are you
Nan,
doing, Garnet?
Arnett was like is just stunned and is filled with so many questions that he just goes, "Ain't that just the way?" Somebody says something cryptic and then they just fucking die.
That's pretty much what most of our adventures have been. Especially when it involves diviners, oracles, prophets, everybody else. And Prekus is going to get up and follow the other two out.
Alright, they'll follow behind you.
Nan, wait.
What, Lazarian?
I don't know what all of that was about. But I've had something on my mind, and I'd been waiting till I had a chance to talk to you about it, but now seems, well, it seems important now. You are, well, you are very capable in multiple ways. And Asmina is also very capable in other ways. And you are a very good map maker, and every ship needs a map maker. And when we get the Astral Rose back, I want you to stay on the ship as part of the crew and be the cartographer for the Astral Rose.
We can talk about this later, Lazarian. I can't even see past right now, right at the moment.
But I thought that perhaps it would be a balm for you to have something, some bit of normality to look forward to. If we can get out of here and get the ship
I don't even know how we're going to get out of here. I don't know how we're going to defeat a damned dragon. I don't know how we're going to restore their son, and they need us too. People have been through enough.
We did not know how we were going to survive in Plinth. We did not know how we would escape the drow in the Silver Spires.
We got lucky in Plinth,
And
and
we
we
found a
escaped by
ship.
the skin of our teeth, and only by the good graces of someone else who had a ship.
And then we had to figure out how to have a ship. And by the good graces of someone who had a ship, that someone was also stranded until we came along to save them. They could not pilot the ship, but we could.
I didn't mean Clank. I mean when we fought with the drow in the spires. We got out of that by the skin of our teeth and lost the person we were protecting. If that captain hadn't been there with his ship, we wouldn't have made it either. I don't know. Everyone expects too much. This is not who I am. I am not an adventurer. I am not a warrior. I am a God's damned map maker. I'm good with pen and ink. I'm not good with anything else.
That, I'm sorry to say, is untrue. You are plenty good at other things. Seen it.
I'm not good at anything else, Lazarian. Map making
You're-
is all I've got.
You're a good friend.
I've not been a good friend to anybody. You don't even know who I am, and at that point she's going to turn and walk away.
I don't even know who I am. Laz calls after.
You're muted, Tyr.
This is where we're going to take our break. We're going to grab our snickety snacks, our beverages of choice. We'll be back in 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Clear.
everybody. We're back. And Locke has an important announcement.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Locke Clark. I'm going to take a moment to talk to you about our other partner in this endeavor, NordVPN. NordVPN is a virtual protection network that provides military-grade encryption for all your devices. You can use it on your phones, on your tablets, on your PCs, and it keeps spyware and protects you from all sorts of nasty intrusions. It even searches the dark web for your information to make sure your information hasn't gotten out. And it lets you do cool things like change where your computer thinks it is. Like, if you want to watch Netflix from the UK, which has a whole bunch of different stuff than what ours does, you can watch there. And there's a lot of countries where they don't have access to Disney Plus, and all the Disney stuff is just on Netflix, so you can watch that there and not have to have a subscription to Disney Plus. Also, if you're traveling out of the country, you can just set your NordVPN on your phone to say it's in America, and then you can use things like Venmo. So you should go and check out NordVPN. And to do that, you're going to go to our website, that's willofthedice.com, and you're going to click the NordVPN link there, and then you can sign up, and it will help us out and let them know that you came from us.
Awesome. Thanks, Locke.
You're welcome.
And we return in the Tri-County Mall amongst the tribe of changelings, having spoken to the prophet of Claire's Boutique. You are out in the breezeway, an intense conversation happening between Lazarian and Nan. This is where we continue. What would you like to do?
Quick question, benevolent DM, if I might. Would our time spent in Claire's Boutique could that count as a short rest?
No, it wasn't long enough.
Just you were going to say, Brika.
Mm-hmm. Before following Nan or completely following Laz, because she came out, but she wasn't like right on top of him or anything. I would like to cast Sending, because Brika's going to try to contact her mommy.
Okay.
Have you heard of Amari Amber? And you said it was the Crown of Quartz?
Yes.
And the Crown of Quartz Also, did you know changelings live down here?
I have not heard of either. What do you mean, changelings? News to me. You all right, Patrick?
Okay. I guess, yeah, I'll burn one more spell slot.
Okay.
Yes. There are a lot of changelings. 5 generations worth. We'll have to catch you up on the rest later.
Oh my.
Well, And then that's it. She's not, Brika's not going to respond. She's just going to, anybody nearby is going to just hear, she's just going to be, it's always this shit. It's never just go here, get this, and go back. No, never.
Well, I mean, I I have no idea what you're talking about, so I could actually probably just like the first question I would burn would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then, like the second question would be a follow up to "What the fuck are you talking about?" The third question, however, is, "Were you just sending a sending?" You got your face kind of like this scorched up thing when you were like, I
Yeah.
guess you were concentrating.
Yeah. I was checking with the queen to see if she knew about, and she's just gonna gesture wildly to everything around them, like if she knew about, you know, this. And yeah, I realize this is your first trip with us, but just trust me when I tell you, this is not the first time that we've had to go talk to a prophet or somebody, and whatever little trip we were supposed to be on to go find a stone, or go kill this guy, or go kill that one, and it was pretty cut and dry. Go here, do this, and then it turns into, like, just a whole world changing ships getting holes in them, people winding up encased in fucking obsidian type bullshit.
Sounds like you have a lot that you need to talk about, and I'm not going to be that person for you. Maybe you need like a spiritual healer or somebody that you could talk to. Do a little like what do they say, like talk therapy. You probably get up some of the issues that are clearly just barely underneath the surface there, but that's not really my observation or anything. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, and so many questions, but we'll satisfy with where do we go from here if you're gonna complain as an adventurer?
Yeah. Nobody is. We've asked how many people, and nobody's told us yet if they know where this fountain is. That were just told there was lots.
Yeah.
So
The fountain is kind of, I think, secondary at this point. I think our biggest problem is now we have to save these changeling peoples, which is not really something I signed up for, but that's okay.
Actually, they kind of go together because apparently the fountain, if you think about it, they were probably all tied together. And if we don't take care of that and the beast and the crown, we're probably not going to be able to fix that thing in the ceiling. I have a feeling magically it's all tied.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of my
Yeah.
same feeling.
So
I meant more like, where are we going now, in the sense of like, are we gonna go try to find the sun thing? Are we gonna go try and find the crown of quartz? Are we gonna go try and find the dragon? Are we gonna keep falling behind awkwardly between these two and let them keep talking whatever they're talking about?
No, we know where the sun thing was. Remember when we first came in and looked up and there was the black thing up there on the ceiling? That had to have been the sun thing.
That's a good. That's a good.
I mean, that's just my, my gut instinct, because if we're looking, like even here where we are now, if you look up, it's generally going towards where that whole thing was. I mean, yeah, right now it's the trees and whatnot, but it all.
That's fair. That's fair.
So my thought process is one of these people things are changeling people.
I would go with humanoids.
Yeah,
Folk
okay.
is good. Folk seems
Okay,
good.
one of these folks, who knows, it might be pals at some point. Sorry, my common is not my first language.
Hey, me neither.
Yeah. Maybe one of them can finally tell us what's likely to be the fountain we're looking for. I don't know.
Laz walks back up at this point. I believe Nan needs, what is the phrase? some space. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use a bit of a rest. I am a bit depleted.
So we head back to the W Mart, and with all of wait, hang on, are we still in W Mart? Wait, oh, this underground
No.
stuff has got me so confused.
They brought us up here. So I think we go back down those stairs that we came up, and it should take us back to W Mart.
Yeah, then we go to W Mart, we rest for a little bit, and then I say we probably go for the Crown of Courts, Court of Crowns, Crown of Courts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Laz, you weren't standing here when he asked. I tried to talk to Mother. She knows nothing about any of this.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
It seems to me that we keep coming up against things that should be known histories to
someone.
people that we're dealing with, and yet are forgotten.
Yeah. And always getting more and more complicated and more layered.
I mean, even this place is not remembered, it is forgotten.
And
in more ways than one. Because if the grand chucklefuck of the changelings was to be believed, they found this place and it was old and forgotten when they found it.
Doesn't it remind you, now that I've been looking around a little bit, doesn't it remind you a little of some of the buildings we saw in Plinth? Just,
Now that you mention it, yes.
and that place was weird. They had a lot of odd, very
I
odd buildings.
I turn to Garnet and very seriously, keep your eyes peeled for a rectangle on a string that retracts and expands. The string, not the rectangle. It was a very important key when we were in Plinth. Perhaps there's one here that could help us.
We should have made Dreff give us that before he left.
Yes.
Oh, wait, rectangle on a string that has a string that is extending. Got it.
Yes, there was a round thing with a clip, and then the string came out of the round thing and onto the rectangle, and then it extended and came back.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It was. And it opened doors.
That sounds even fucking cooler.
You just waved it at the thing, apparently. At least that's what Dreff did, I think.
When Nan walked off from Lazarian, Nan just walked back to the Changeling settlement.
And I need everyone but Nan to earmuff.
Uh-oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
They will be waiting for you. The one with the jewel. Holding it out again, looking at you. I see your true self, child.
Oh, yeah? And what do you make of it?
I see someone who is scared and hiding.
Look, I tried being brave. I tried seeing the world for better than it is. But my mother was right. And nothing I've seen in the time I've been traveling with these folk is going to convince me other.
So you do not trust these folks you travel with.
I didn't say I don't trust them. I have to trust them. We keep each other alive. I don't know, maybe on some level I don't. Or maybe I feel like I don't deserve theirs. Look, it's complicated. You've not been on the surface in a long time. Maybe you've never been there yourself. It's complicated, all right?
Does it have to be complicated?
I come from a place where changelings are hunted down and tortured and killed just for being what they are.
I can relate.
You live down here.
I was there when the queen went insane. I watched my family slaughtered before we came underground.
How are you still here after 5 generations?
The fountain.
Then you know which fountain it is.
I do.
But if we do what the prophet said, if we take the crown from the fountain, it won't be magic anymore. And then what happens to all of you?
If the undersun doesn't return, we're dead anyway.
If the undersun doesn't return, we can get you to the surface.
And on the surface, we'll live until we die. Such is the way of life. But we will live being ourselves.
It's not fair. Everyone keeps calling me a liar. I tell them I'm a map maker and they call me a liar. But I am a map maker. That's all I've ever been.
Not all you've ever been.
It's all I've ever done. My father tried to teach me fishing, but I wasn't any good at it. And mother tried to teach me about herbs, but it just didn't make me happy.
Maybe they see something in you that you do not see yet.
I think everyone just sees my other half and assumes that's me.
It takes two halves to make a whole, child.
She is her and I am me.
You are you.
Exactly. I am me.
You are you. She is you.
No, she's her.
No.
We're not the same person. She has her own mind, her own thoughts, her own memories.
She's still a part of you. Learn
wish
to
every-
accept who you are. Learn to live your truth. And things will be a lot easier.
And what if I tell them the truth and they can't accept me for who I am?
Then they don't need you. They don't deserve you. They are
And
unworthy.
But I'll be alone again.
Never alone.
I know I've got Asmina, but
You have us.
are you saying that I could stay here if they won't take me?
If you want it.
But my family,
And
Never
your
s-
family is serving you how?
they're still my family. I still love them.
Loving someone and them serving you and you serving them are two different things.
I'd have gone home a long time ago if I didn't think it would put them in danger.
Just think on it, child. And with that, they will turn and walk away.
But wait,
Yes,
can we rest here the night? Or
of course.
some time at least? I don't know if it's day or night at this point.
Yes, you may rest. We will have food and water prepared. Bring your friends.
I don't know that I can call them my friends. I don't know that I'm worthy for them to call me that word.
Then make yourself worthy.
I don't know if I know how. I don't know if I have the strength.
That's something only you know. And then they will continue walking away. You good if I bring the others back?
Yep, go for it.
All right, what are we doing?
Heading back down to W Mart.
Yep.
I would imagine they'll be entering as the changeling in the robes is walking away from Nan.
Yes.
Brika just walks up and she's gonna be like, well, I tried to see if Mom knew anything. Mother knows nothing about. And she just gestures wildly to all of it.
Who was that?
Nan is going to sniffle and like wipe a tear off her cheek. Oh yeah, it's a good idea letting your mom know what's happening.
Brika looks at Nan and like she just kind of she'll kind of tilt her head a little bit, but she doesn't say anything, but just kind of, raises an eyebrow and looks at her for a second. Kind of, it's like her way of being like, "Are you okay?"
Garnet will just see that you've been crying and just straight up ask you if you're okay. You all right there? You got something on your, not the usual. Well, I mean, there's that ink spot on your forehead, but that I think you knew about already. But your eyes are kind of doing this thing where the tears coming out of them.
It's just been a long day, Garnet. She's not even looking at anyone as she's speaking. They say we can stay the night or stay to rest anyway, and they'll feed us. I think given everything that's happened, we should rest.
Hopefully their
Well-
food is better than tea. Profit.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Well, hear
anything's
me
gotta be
fucking
better than
complaining.
that.
I'll make us some tea.
I would literally murder someone for.
I've actually got a small thing of coffee, so I can make both.
Let's save that for when we get closer to the beast. The pep would probably do us better then.
Maybe in the morning before we head out. The fountain keeps them alive. That's what's kept some of them going for so long.
Ah,
That makes sense, being that the only thing the Queen told us was its longevity and, well, and the profit too, but the longevity and the ability to heighten potential magic, or however they phrased it.
Yeah,
Unlock.
something like that. It was something like that.
so if we remove the crown, fountain will cease to be magical and will no longer provide them longevity.
And they will live out their lives like every other changeling does.
But if we don't remove with
We have to.
with the blue being down, more and more creatures will come to kill them.
We have to remove the crown. We have to protect them. And we either need to be able to restore their undersun, or we need to help them get to the surface. and get Brika's mother to let them settle there. They've been through enough.
I don't.
You know, talking seems to be something that we probably could consider, especially if it just means moving them to the surface. I mean, then we wouldn't have to worry about the crown having to get out of the fountain to begin with, which is kind of like completing the quest for the queen, because the queen wants us to make sure that the fountain is, everything is safe. And then we just move them to the surface. We don't have to deal with a big dragon, and that's pretty good.
That
If the magic holding Amiri Amber is broken, Amiri Amber might be able to get to the surface.
yeah.
And she won't stop hunting them, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let that happen.
Okay, jeez, didn't mean to step on any toes there. I just thought of the easier options. Not that I'm scared, because there's literally nothing in this world that could literally scare me. I'm from a place that war is happening, and I fell through a portal. And while everything here is pretty beautiful, including where we're at now, just thought the easier option would be easiest.
Easy isn't
And-
always the best.
Look, I'm afraid of everything. I'm sure you've already figured that out. I'm terrified of the idea of facing a dragon, but I will be damned if I'm going to let anything happen to these people.
We do what we do. We'll do what we can.
There is a phrase I recall from somewhere. I think Lazabetta. Or she knew it. I don't know. That bravery isn't the absence of fear, but doing what is needful in spite of. Your conviction, Nat, is bravery. Whether
I'm
you
not brave,
recognize that or
Lazarian.
not.
I'm not brave, Lazarian. I'm just tired of watching changelings get stepped on for nothing more than existing. And she's going to start to walk away again.
I appear to have said the wrong thing again.
I said we follow him.
No, you let her go. You didn't say the wrong thing. Things are hitting too close to home.
But Nan is very brave.
She is.
Wait, Nan's from here?
No. She's just gonna kind of sit there with an eyebrow raised, like, you. Look, I was locked away for 30 some. I don't even know how long. I say 30 some years because I'm not even sure how old I am. And I didn't know how to speak anything but Undercommon. And that was very few words that I overheard from the guards outside of my 5x5 cell. And even I picked up what was partially laid out in what she just said. Think about her reaction and what she said as she walked away. And start piecing it together a little bit. But either way, she needs a moment. I can tell you one thing I've learned about my friend that just walked away. And that's that if you push her, she's going to shut up.
I just want Nan to be able to recognize her own good quality. She seems to only focus on her negative. And her negative ones aren't even that bad.
She'll... It takes time. She'll get there.
Let us get back to the fire. As I said, I'm a bit depleted and could use a rest.
Yeah.
And so you make your way back to the fire. And as promised, food and water is waiting. It is a delicious smorgasbord of fruits, vegetables, and meat. Recalling the animals in the Pox Sun cubicle.
Whoever brings Garnet food, Garnet is just gonna be enamored by them and like half very he tries to flirt with them, but it does not go very well because he's unsure of what to even say to them.
Okay. They will chuckle slightly and dash off to the others, where they begin whispering and laughing in a good-hearted way.
Are you saying Garnet made the changelings blush if they could blush?
Yes.
Mission fucking accomplished. That's what he says as they go over there. And he takes it as a good sign.
Nan's going to give it a little bit, calm herself down, get herself recentered, and then come and rejoin the others. I'm
Go ahead.
I'm sorry about earlier.
There is nothing to apologize. I had no idea that you had previous interactions with changeling people. I'm sorry if I pressed the button.
I guess that's one way to put it. Oh, I don't even know
With
how
a
to say
mouthful
this.
of food. With a mouthful of food, Garnet's just gonna straight up ask you, so are you like a changeling or something, or what?
Gonna stop what she was saying and stare at you in shock.
Smooth. Real smooth, Garnet. Smooth.
Garnet, I have a question. Do you enjoy the taste of shoe leather?
I honestly have never eaten a shoe in my life, so
Oh, because Helga's insisting that you just shoved your foot all the way in your mouth.
I'm scared to ask people questions about things like that.
She's
Babies.
she's not wrong. Brika's just gonna look over at Nan and hold out a mug of tea with a cinnamon stick in it and be like, "We already pieced it together. You can tell us whatever you want to tell us."
Her eyes are gonna water up again. Wait. You know then.
Well, I kind of pointed it out to those two after you got up and walked away last time. It was a little bit of a dead giveaway when you got really upset and said the bit about changelings being killed for just who they are, and yeah, your reaction kind of just and Brika's just gonna kind of smile at you and just be like, just a scotch.
She's gonna lower her head,
So,
like looking at the ground. You'll see her form change slightly, becoming slightly smaller than her normal 5 foot tall that you see. Her hair becoming white, her skin stark white. Obviously, her clothing won't change, and her eyes, when she looks up at you, are white. But Asmina's voice is not what you will hear. Then you know, and you're all right with who I am?
Weren't you all right when you guys found out who I am?
I understood. I get that you have to hide yourself sometimes.
why would we not be all right? You are
L-
still the same ink smudged map maker, are you not?
I
I
come from a
point
place where,
at the ink smudge.
which is still there. I'm so used to changelings being hunted down and killed. That's why I was so afraid of going to Iron Sage. Those hunters, I'm what they hunt.
Ah,
They'll they'll capture a changeling and torture them to get them to tell them where the settlements are and go after the families. I was terrified to tell you. I didn't know if you'd accept me, if you'd hunt me, if you'd turn me away and leave me on my own.
Nan, do you know what I am?
You're Lazarian.
Yes, but what is Lazarian?
You look like a half elf to me.
Do half elves have eyes like mine?
I've met all of them. I don't know.
I woke up at a pile of dead bodies. I clawed my way out of the grave. I don't know what I am. I'm sure there are many, many people in this world and other worlds that would love to vivisect me and figure out what I am and how I function. Did did you even balk when I told you what I remembered upon waking?
Oh no.
Then why would I balk at your true self?
Like I said, all I had to go on was experience. I've seen what happens to changelings that reveal themselves on the surface. I was afraid,
That's,
and I don't deserve to be called friend because I've lied to you about who I am.
but you are, because in spite of that, you still stepped up when it was needed. You might have been scared, but you're the first person that actually stepped in front of me to try to protect me from somebody else.
I wasn't going to let them hurt you.
See? That's why you're a friend, even if you understandably lied. I didn't tell you guys I was honestly, if it weren't for everything that's happened so far, I probably wouldn't have told you guys yet that I was more than just what appeared to be a half elf, whatever, because I didn't know what I was until we got to the Silver Spire. I mean, fairy, yes, but I knew I didn't look like any other fairy that was ever seen around these parts.
Laz gestures over at NPC Sarek. Mr. Popular over here has a shady past that we know very little about, yet we accept.
Mm-hmm.
Was Dreft not our friend?
Well,
I had a hard time with Draft.
And was Dreft's lie not by magnitudes larger than yours?
it took a while,
I'm,
but we accepted him.
I'm just sorry it took him leaving for me to realize that maybe he didn't suck so much.
You know,
And
it's
yet,
go ahead.
and yet your lie was not one of betrayal. Your lie was simply a lie of omission. You let us believe the thing that we saw, but you didn't lie about who you were. Not on the inside.
I mean, I'm still just a map maker that's afraid of everything. So, if we're being honest about everything and stuff, you know how we keep kind of avoiding going to Glandamere? If we could keep doing that, it'd be great. I kind of sort of got myself in some trouble there by accident. I tried to help somebody and it bit me in the ass.
Okay.
I have no need to go to Glandamere.
Oh, good.
So, unless destiny directs us that way, much like it is directing us now, I see no reason to alter that and go to Glandamere. The world is large, and so is the multiverse.
So, you guys can still just call me Nan, but my name's Lenamber. My parents named me Lenamber. And,
Nan, yes, get it.
just gonna shift again. This time you will see a slightly pudgy, red-headed gnome. That's what I look like when I left home. Lenamber, Nightingale, Julep, Cobblestone.
Is that the form you prefer?
No. No, I've gotten kind of used to my other one.
I mean, this form is nice, but we have, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I definitely grown more accustomed to your other form and would therefore prefer it. But I would never tell you what form to take.
Hey, I can look like anything I want. She's gonna look at Garnet, kind of study his features for a second, and shift into a female Kender. You can even look like
What the
this if I
fuck?
wanted.
Okay, that's kind of cool and also kind of hot. And I'm gonna leave all those questions in my bed. I mean head.
I say you choose whichever form and whatever name is most comfortable for you, and we can adjust.
She's gonna let that form drop, going back to the solid white for a moment more, and then shifting back to the elven form that you're all used to. I think for now, I'll just keep this one.
Works for me.
It works for me as well.
I mean, I think you're hot either way. So I mean, you be comfortable in your own skin.
I think she's gonna finally register what you keep saying with that, and like, what did you?
Hmm.
He just
No,
raises his eyebrows up and down.
Ooh,
awkward.
you should, Garnet, try. In an exaggerated stage whisper to Garnet, try calling her Cupcake. She likes that.
I'm telling you, we need a harness for the Kinder, and we may need some like a muzzle.
I eat and not. I look. Okay, look. Yeah, maybe I used to be a little bit of a wanderer. Yeah, maybe I used to have my hands in a lot of different jars. And yeah, some of those hands came out of those jars with things in them. But you know what? I am not a thief. I am not anything like that. No. So, it's fine. It's fine. Everything here is just so beautiful. Including the people.
Well, maybe it's fair if you're going to give me a chance. I maybe should give you one.
That is very fair.
I
would
mean, in a
actually
friendly
like that a lot.
capacity. I don't mean in the bedroom.
Oh, I did. I mean, you are. Don't get me wrong. You are hot stuff, but I'm a little bit harder to get into than that. Yeah, I like looking at the menu. You see, not so much ordering off of it.
That's fine with me.
Garnet,
Mm.
your pouch is jingling.
My pouch is jingling. Let me see to that. This feels where the jingling is coming from.
I'm sorry, but when he says my pouch is jingling, Nan is going to smirk.
You find a set of keys that you oddly remember being on the prophet's neck.
Hey, how did these get here? Am I? Hey, look what I found! Jingle, 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 jingle.
Where? Hmm. Where did you happen to find
Apparently.
those?
In my pouch. It's a good thing I found them and not somebody else.
Wonder how they got there.
But it's a good question. I honestly could not tell you the answer.
It's another case of the red orb, isn't it?
I beg your pardon. What are you trying to implicate there? What are you implicating? Are you
I-
implicating that I took that? Are
No,
you
I'm just
implicating- are you
saying
say
that
to my
it
fucking
met.
face?
No, I'm just saying that it just
Call me
showed
a
up in
thief,
your
fucking
pouch.
do it.
And the
All
keys
right,
showed up in your
okay,
pouch,
Miss
so
Royalty Princess just thinks I'm just this big thief just because sometimes my hands are a little stickier than others. Oh no, here we go. Short stuff, long stuff, big wings, small wings, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying those showed up in your pouch, just like the red orb just kind of showed up in your pouch. I wonder how they got there.
I don't like the implication that you have.
Hey,
You sips. Doesn't matter. I've got the keys now. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
what are they to? Which door?
That is also what I was thinking. That was the third question that I had in mind.
Now, Garnet, I'm not saying you took them because weirder shit has happened to us. However, if you are going to be taking things, we need you to be honest with us about it.
I am
I'm
not
just
a thief.
I'm not saying you took those. I'm just saying going forward, if you are going to or have taken something, you need to be honest with us so we can all get our stories straight.
All right, fair. Next, and if we're gonna be honest about things, and he reaches into his bag, I took this, and he just starts laying out cutlery from the dining room, like the dining hall in the Silver Spire's castle. I figured I could use these at some point. And nobody else was around that used them, so I figured they could just come live with me.
All right, just
Y'all-
don't lift anything from our stuff.
Your
Y'all may
stuff,
avail
my stuff,
yourself of a short rest.
your stuff, my stuff. It's our stuff.
No, my stuff is my stuff, and your stuff is your stuff. I catch you in my map case, I will break your hands.
We'll have problems if you touch my tarot cards.
Your stuff, my stuff, our stuff. I will make sure that I am not interested in our stuff, as it is our stuff, and I have no use for tarot cards or a map case. Our stuff.
No, my stuff is my stuff. Brika's stuff is Brika's stuff. Laz's stuff is Laz's stuff. And your stuff is your stuff.
Yeah, I
We're
think
not-
I
we're
think
not
I'm just
quite there
having a
yet.
general disconnect here. I'm having a general disconnect here. So you keep saying that your stuff is our stuff and our stuff is our stuff.
No.
That's all I just keep hearing.
My stuff is my stuff and your stuff is your stuff. Just like my pants are my pants and your pants are your pants. And you're going to stay out of mine.
I'm sorry, common is
I
not
think
my
it came
my
out wrong now
first
that I think
language.
about it.
Yeah, common is not my first language, but I think I just keep hearing our stuff is our stuff. So I will keep my hands on our stuff to make sure nobody else takes our stuff.
Having heard you say common isn't my first language, she's going to repeat herself in Sylvan.
He will look at you blankly. Like this. Mhm.
Brika is gonna look over and just say to Nan and Sylvan, I don't think we're gonna get through to him. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on our stuff. But so help me God, he touches my tarot cards. And I will blast him with a firebolt.
I totally understand. And they're having this conversation in Sylvan, so this will probably go back and forth a few times.
And he is just looking so confused at the language exchange, and is just like nodding his head, like, "Yeah, our stuff is our stuff." Got it.
The
And-
changeling in the robes will appear. It is time
Time for what?
for you to find the fountain.
No, please. I need to sleep. Esmina needs time to rest and recharge. She can't wild shape and she can't use some of her magic right now.
It is time.
But
Yeah, this is not ideal.
Quick question, Tier. On
Yes.
the short rest. During the short rest, could I have attuned to the spell storing ring
Sure.
and put a spell in it?
Okay. Just remember, it has a cap at 5th level.
Yeah, I can only cast spells at 5th level, Tier. It's the only thing I can do.
As I wildly check to see how many spell slots of what I have left.
Well, I feel rejuvenated, and I think I am ready to go find this fountain, Mr. Them Changeling.
You may call me May.
Okay, I may call you May. That's pretty easy. That's not difficult or confusing at all.
Follow me.
May we follow you? No, sorry, you don't have to answer that. That was really stupid.
Briko, get up and follow.
You're led to
Oh.
the center of the building where the large trees grew up above the glass wall. There in the center is a square fountain. Soft blue glow, the azure haze dancing on the trees as the water ripples on unseen fingers.
is this it?
Yes, this is the fountain.
So the crown is in there somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, but Brika, before we take it out, your mother said that you needed to drink from it.
I know. And she in one of her pouches she pulls out a couple of small glass vials. It's like, I don't know if maybe we should save some of it before the crown comes out.
Once the crown is removed, the water will be water.
Should perhaps we should all drink?
I'm gonna take a big old pass on that one there, Captain.
Supposedly, it unlocks hidden potentials.
That's what they said, longevity and magic potential.
Who really wants to live forever, though?
Well, longevity and living forever is not the same thing.
I mean, I have apparently died at least once. Twice, by some count. I'm not sure I can die, to be honest.
Well, let's not test that theory. I only have one diamond left. I've had to revive Brika.
Oh,
Yeah. And the
well,
sage.
I guess a sip wouldn't hurt.
Breako will walk over to it and dip a hand in to take a drink.
Roll a d20 for me, please.
Yep.
Garnet will also do the same thing as
Yep.
the as he goes. Well, I guess one sip wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, Laz is definitely going to drink.
13.
Laz, Garnet, the water is cool and refreshing. It is as if you've had a long rest. Please avail yourself of a long rest on your character sheets. You feel invigorated and strong. You may also advance one level.
Ho ho!
Rika. There is a collision in your mind. Past, present, and future all colliding at once into a large explosion. You see 1,000 paths before you, and each path branching into 1,000 paths, and those paths branching into 1,000 paths, and you are following them all at the same time. Your mind is a whirl as the future tries to devour you. Please give me a intelligence saving throw.
In the process of that, she is of course like fallen to her knees. That is wait, where is it? Ah, it's a dirty 20.
You grab a hold of the future and the past and wrangle them into submission. You are controlling this power, this foresight. You may now add the feat Unravel the Scheme to your character sheet.
Okay.
Does Nan drink?
She would have stayed back waiting for the others, and seeing Brika go to her knees, she'll go to Brika first. Are you all right?
She's gonna it's a couple of shaky breaths and she's just gonna say, I will be. I will be. I can't explain it quite yet. Terry, you said it's called Unravel the Skeins?
I believe it. I'll find it for you.
Is it Twist the Skein?
Maybe that's what it
Because
is.
I already had that feat. Twist the Skeins was the feat that I took.
Oh.
Or Unweave the Warp? I think the other one was Unweave the Warp.
Or unwarp the weave, one of the two.
But you're not injured, are you?
No. No. But I can. She pauses a second and she just goes, I can see everything all at once. Past, future, present, the possibilities.
Well, that sounds terrifying.
It's not great. Might get easier later.
Maybe once you get used to it.
Maybe.
My friend the seer.
Yay, I get to be one of the people I complain about.
Hey, big guy. And Garnet is going to take some of the water and splash it over onto Sarek.
Are you two all right? Did it do anything to you?
I feel great.
Yeah, that's some pretty fucking good water right there. Honestly, like the coolest water I've probably had it in like forever.
Well, just gonna kind of look at the changeling in the robes. And then back at the water, like she doesn't really know what to do.
Here, I'll help you. And Garnet will splash water on you.
Damn it, Garnet! What are you doing?
Let's have some. Come on. And he splashes more water on you.
Look, new things aren't always my thing. It takes me some time.
Well, borrow some of my bravery and stop being a little baby. He splashes you again.
Damn it, Garnet! I'm not a baby. I'm gonna fucking drown you.
That's very violent for someone that is not going to be drinking this water. Splash again.
She's gonna take a big old swipe of the water and splash him back.
Hey, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, I suggest drinking it instead of splashing me with it.
All right. Gonna very timidly take her hands and get a cup full of water in her hands and drink it.
Roll a d20.
Shit. That is an 18.
You may avail yourself as a long rest and level as well. You all may level. And as you stand there playing in what these changelings consider to be a sacred pool, we're going to call a conclusion for tonight. As we need to travel forward, we will need Sarek present. But I'll leave you with this. Some things are just not what they seem. And that you have discovered firsthand. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We hope you enjoyed the story. I want to thank you all for playing at my table. I hope you had fun. We will take this time to remind people who we are, where we can be found, and we'll retire for the evening.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I was the voices of Nan and Esmina tonight. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Lot Clark, and we didn't take a second break, so we didn't get to this. You should check out Phineas Coffee. Link's going to show up in the chat, and you should enjoy them because they're tasty coffees, and they'll keep you going during your games. And I've been Lot Clark, and I was Laz, and you can find me on the social medias at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, the voice of Garnet Grell, and you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Hi, yes, this is Ames. I was the voice of Brika, and you can find me on Twitter at LollyGFIFO.
And I'm Tier the DM. I'm the world's okayest DM. And you can find me on Twitter at Tier_the_DM. Remember that even though things get fucked up in the world, let the people that you love you. Bask in their love and strength until you're strong enough to let others bask in yours. Remember, love and inclusion. These are the torches that light a path to a better tomorrow. Come join us and be torchbearers. And until next time, live a life to make yourself proud. We love you guys.